and hating on you at the same time. We the chosen ones.
So you just heard that freaking idiot just lie to you. On YouTube, on CommieTube, there are a thing called psychological operation campaigns against real gang stalking victims. They want real gang stalking victims to be seen as crazy, to be seen as schizophrenic, to be seen as suffering from delusions of grandeur, and we're not. We are gang stalking victims, and we are being hit with a highly illegal harassment campaign.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
So what is gang stalking? Gang stalking is just a highly illegal, unconstitutional violation of human rights harassment campaign where some of these gang stalkers have access to direct energy weapons and a mind control technology. And yes, they will hit your babies, your little babies, with these direct energy weapons and these mind control technologies too.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
So these gang stalkers, they're violating U.S. Code 18, sedition, treason, and terrorism. They're violating the RICO Act, racketeering and organized crime. These gang stalkers are stacking up many types of felonies to try to get you in jail, to try to get you in prison, to try to get your kids taken away from you. That's what these gang stalkers are doing. And that's why I've been here at the pier almost every single weekend for 3 years protesting against this gang stalking. All right, listen to my protest, please. So if you're cute in the face, if you're a gang stalking victim and you're like this,
body stay vicious, I be up in the gym just working on my fitness.
You try to keep your body all nice and tight. Chances are, if you're a real gang stalking victim, then you already been raped because these gang stalkers have already broken into your apartment. Please buy a master lock door security bar. Do not trust your deadbolt. Please buy a master lock door security bar.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
Okay, I'm going to jump over to electronic harassment, and this is where people take electronic weapons. Let me just read the definition. Electronic harassment happens if somebody uses any electronic device to aid themselves in invading your person or your property for the purpose of gathering information illegally or for the purpose of causing harm. This is electronic harassment.
Breakdown.
Now, what you're going to listen to next is the top cop, the former top cop of Los Angeles County, the former head FBI agent of Los Angeles County, Ted Gunderson, who was also a gang stalking victim and wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and proving that there is no gosh darn demon a part of gang stalking. Gunderson.
I've had gang stalking on me. I've had gang stalking on me. I've had gang stalking on me. Recently, I've been the victim of a disinformation program by a guy named Stu Webb and other individuals. Stu Webb has actually put out word that I was kicked out of the FBI for practicing satanic ceremonies in the federal government. Okay.
Now here we're going to talk about how these gang stalkers will falsely accuse you of being a pedophile or a prostitute, and they will do it.
Okay, slander. They'll go behind the target's back and tell lies about them. They'll say things like, the target is dangerous or into something illegal, pedophile, and they use the pedophile for men and women.
So this is more evidence when it comes to gang stalking. Has nothing to do with no chosen one. This is Dr. John Hall talking about slander and libel campaigns that these gang stalkers will use against your character. Okay, peace.
They're a pedophile. The typical discreditation campaign that you see in the DOD, in the military. to verbally discredit them, spread rumors, plant seeds that they're a drug dealer, they're a pedophile. The typical discreditation campaign that you see in the DOD, in the military.
So what you just heard was Dr. John Hall, Dr. John Hall, and it's Dr. John Hall, Gang Stalking, Dudes, DEWS, Acid Reflux. Dr. John Hall, Gang Stalking, Dudes, DEWS, Acid Reflux, talking about the slander and libel campaign that these poopy gang stalkers are going to commit against you and your character.
Claiming people were criminals, so that they needed to investigate them. So they would write up something and send it to the FISA court, get a surveillance warrant, and then they would surveil the person to death. All you needed, according to Barack Obama in 2013, was 2 people saying that you were this or that. You're a bank robber, you're a pedophile, whatever. There was no proof necessary. There was no finding out if those people perhaps had an ulterior motive. Did they have a grudge? You can put in a request for a false dossier to be written up on the person and given to the fusion center nearest that person. They take it to their civilian vigilantes, InfraGard and others, and they actually use some crime gangs. They use people from criminal gangs.
Yes, every single gang stalker is a terrorist under U.S. Code 18, sedition, treason, and terrorism. Every single gang stalker is violating the RICO Act, racketeering and organized crime. You see, Ted Gunderson, I'm going to say this man's name again. Ted Gunderson was the highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. He wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and that these gang stalkers are putting mother effers on mind control technology and hitting innocent people with direct energy weapons.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Because the girl them broke out on the floor. From you don't wanna work as performer. From you don't wanna man where can't turn you on. Girl, make I see you when them upon ya. Can't stand for the long, nah. Eat the young, no steam fish, nah, no green banana. But down in Jamaica, we give it to you hot like a sauna. Well, on the way the time.
So not only that, but these gang stalkers are running a psychological operation campaign, a psyops on YouTube. On YouTube, on CommonTube, these gang stalkers are mixing gang stalking and religion, gang stalking and spirituality, gang stalking and supernatural. They're mixing gang stalking and tarot cards. They're even mixing gang stalking and this thing called the Chosen One. All that is fake, phony, and false. If you go on YouTube and you see a dude named Terry Joel Jr., he doesn't talk about gang stalking. He is fake, phony, and false. Anybody talking about the Chosen One or had the Chosen One in their screen name, mixing it with gang stalking, that they fake, phony, and false too. They would never talk about real gang stalking, nor the direct energy weapons or the mind control technology that these gang stalkers are using against innocent people.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
This right here is real gang stalking. Listen up.
The point was to silence Weinstein's Me Too victims, and it worked for 30 years. This system is called covert harassment, and it was not just Weinstein who's used this system. Increasingly, it's a collection of techniques, a protocol that the wealthy and the powerful are using against the powerless. It systematically breaks down the target in a secretive, psychological way. Covert harassment often includes improper surveillance, such as the kind I described, tailing and following, hacking of devices, and coordinated harassment. It is meant to cause fear, stress, and paranoia in the subject.
You see, that was Bob Chandra talking about organized stalking and harassment, but it's not just these satanic pedophile elites that will use gang stalkers. Corporations will use gang stalkers too to do their dirty work. Watch C911 Revenge for Hire, CBS News New York. C911 Revenge for Hire, CBS News New York. And then watch When Women Become Gang Stalkers. Watch When Women Become Gang Stalkers. Yes, these gang stalkers will torture homeless people and force them to be their proxies while they break into your house. Please buy a master lock door security box. It's real. Let's talk more about some gang stalking from Australia.
If the stalker has told a particular story about the person, then everyone else could feel completely justified in joining in the campaign.
Dr. Jane Monckton-Smith understands the psychology of gang stalking. The expert on methods to stop stalkers says some build a fictional backstory of love lost.
Sometimes people will be drawn into helping because they think they're doing the right thing. They might have been told a story that, look, I really like this girl, and I think if I just can get her attention, and then the friend will go and say, well, just talk to him, he's lovely. And before you know it, that person's involved in the stalking campaign without even knowing it. Some people get involved for other reasons, but I think most people have no idea of the impact.
A life lived on edge is the impact on Janice. Lived away from anywhere she believes the gang could spot her. Lived in fear she could join those for whom stalking ends the worst way.
But then you have the bullshizer psychiatrists and psychologists saying that gang stalking is not real. Please Google Ted Gunderson, the former top cop of Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson, the highest ranking law enforcement officer of Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that this gang stalking stuff is real. Then you have an old mind control program called Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. This mind control program called Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects, that's in Popular Mechanics magazine right now, which prove gang stalking is real. And you got these bullshizer psychiatrists and psychologists using psychiatric reprisals campaigns against real gang stalking victims. Psychiatric reprisal campaigns were used by the Nazis and used by the Stazis. We know what they are. These psychiatrists and psychologists are not helping when this technology and these mind control techniques are known.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
So again, Ted Gunderson, the former highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County, wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real, and every single one of these gang stalkers are a domestic terrorist. Under U.S. Code 18, sedition, treason, and terrorism, every single gang stalker needs to be 187 under U.S. Code 18, sedition, treason, and terrorism, and I hope to God it happens.
Assaulted 3 times. My co-workers were discussing killing me, taking me to the KKK. And on a CD, one of my co-workers is discussing a list that I've been placed on. And once you get placed on this list, all the money in the world won't save me. If they want me, I'm gone. That's on a CD. I also overheard my co-worker recruiting for this group. And he stated, man, you got to get in this thing. This thing is bigger than the KKK. There's judges in it, policemen in it.
What this lady said was absolutely true, and it was confirmed by the former top cop of Los Angeles County, the former head FBI agent of Los Angeles County, Ted Gunderson. Google Ted Gunderson gang stalking affidavit. Everything this lady said is true, and it was confirmed by Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. Go find it. Then you have the old mind control program called Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects.
Attorneys in it, doctors in it, everybody's in this thing. Then he went on to say that his uncle's in it, and his uncle was a big-time official here in Louisville, Kentucky.
A frightening scene at the height of the government shutdown. Gunfire just... She had postpartum...
All you need to do is type targeted individual into your search engine. There you'll find countless who claim that they are targeted individuals.
I am a targeted individual who is being harassed with directed energy weapons.
So I'm going to keep mentioning this, okay? Ted Gunderson was the former top cop of Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson was the highest ranking FBI agent in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and they're hitting people with direct energy weapons and mind control technology. Then you would have an old mind control program called psychoelectronic weapons effects. Psychoelectronic weapons effects is right now, that's in Popular Mechanics magazine, and it proves that gang stalking is real.
With thousands of cases of suspected targeting across the nation, over the last 10 years, Dr. Hall has counseled over 2,000 individuals who claim to have been targeted.
We estimate approximately 300,000 TIs exist in the United States alone.
Thousands of people claim they are being targeted, and every one of their stories is filled with unbelievable events.
I know this sounds crazy, but I swear it has happened.
You see, if you are a real gang stalking victim and none of that chosen one crap, start recording the street theater harassment campaigns that the poopy gang stalkers will do against you. Record it. Also, Ted Gunderson, the former head of the FBI Los Angeles Division, Ted Gunderson, the former highest ranking cop of Los Angeles County, wrote a gang stalking affidavit. He wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
Strangely exciting to watch the static swell. Must be somewhat hard-telling to watch and burn me
You see, there is a psychological operation campaign on YouTube right now, and they're mixing gang stalking and the chosen one, gang stalking and tarot cards, gang stalking and religion, gang stalking and spirituality, and mixing gang stalking and the supernatural. I had to waste my protest time talking about this gang stalking and this chosen one bullshit. This gang stalking and this chosen one bullshit is BS. It's a psychological operation campaign. It's a psyop. Just because you are a gang stalking victim, I'm a gang stalking victim. I'm not a chosen one. I am not destined for greatness. But they're actually doing that stuff on YouTube, on TikTok, on Facebook right now. You are the chosen one. If you actually believe that, you are being set up to be murdered, you being set up to go to jail, you being set up to go to prison, you being set up to be homeless, you being set up to have your kids taken away from you. And none of these people and nobody in the court system is going to believe that you are chosen one destined for greatness when you stand before them asking for leniency. This is what they're doing on YouTube.
So they find out the government knows I am chosen by God. They know I am part of the 12 tribes of Israel. So they try to take me out, and they're also attacking all the chosen ones. So they're trying to, this is the dark side of our government, United States government, who is attacking the chosen ones.
You see, that's the poopy stuff that I'm talking about right there. He is part of a psychological operation campaign against real gang stalking victims. They want real gang stalking victims to seem like they have mental illness, okay? Like they have delusions of grandeur or something. I'm a real gang stalking victim. I know that dude's lying. He trying to make it seem like all these gang stalking victims are like Harry Potter or Anakin Skywalker or some shit like that.
Chosen one character because it's fundamentally overpowered. Someone that could use all four elements.
Hey, she's only interested in you because she thinks you're the chosen one.
But I am the chosen one. Hey, sorry.
You
You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy this and not join them.
So now you know how hard it is to come out here and protest against real gang stalking. Now you know why I had to keep mentioning Ted Gunderson. Ted Gunderson was the former highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson was the highest ranking FBI agent in Los Angeles County. He ran the FBI building that you see on Wilshire Avenue right past UCLA. He wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real, proving that the direct energy weapons are real, and that these gang stalkers are putting innocent people on mind control technology. So if you are a gang stalking victim and you believe you are chosen one because of that, go save those kids at the border. Go, feel free to do that. Here, listen to this.
They even had to admit 80,000 children have gone missing because of the open southern border phenomenon. 80,000 children, ladies and gentlemen.
So here's some more hard truth for you people mixing gang stalking with the chosen one psychological operation campaign.
And in a way, the Matrix was right. We are spending billions of dollars for the right to create this false world that hides the truth about our universe. But the false part isn't that we're secretly the one and no one told us. No, is that we might not be the one, and in fact, probably aren't.
So this is a gang stalking protest. Again, my name is TALAN Godfrey. Put that into Google video, TALAN Godfrey, Google video, TALAN Godfrey, Google video for more videos about gang stalking. Now listen to this. This is some horrible crap.
Okay, I'm going to jump over to electronic harassment, and this is where people take electronic weapons. Let me just read the definition. Electronic harassment happens if somebody uses any electronic device to aid themselves in invading your person or your property for the purpose of gathering information illegally or for the purpose of causing harm. This is electronic harassment.
26-year-old Esteban Santiago pulls out his pistol and opens fire, and then reloaded once. He killed 5 people, many of them arriving for a cruise ship vacation. And now the question is why Santiago even had a gun, which had been taken away last November when he showed up at the FBI office in Alaska to claim he was hearing voices about ISIS.
Brian Santiago says his brother had mental health issues and was not well since he returned from the Iraq War.
I want to clarify this for the Puerto Rican people and for all the people in the world, that the federal government already knew his reaction. They already knew the thoughts that he was having and how they weren't good. He himself went after them to ask for help, and they did nothing. They had him hospitalized for 4 days, and then they let him go. How are you going to let someone leave a psychological center after 4 days when he's saying that he's hearing voices that the CIA is telling him to join certain groups? This was in November.
What you just heard is what gang stalking victims go through. Some of us who are real gang stalking victims, we're still alive. We haven't red-rummed anybody, but we are hit with direct energy weapons and mind control technology. No gang stalking chosen one crap. This is what real gang stalking victims go through. Listen up.
Be inundated with thousands of other people voicing the same complaints of organized stalking, of directed energy weapons attacks, burning, twitching, severe headaches, blurred vision, as well as hearing the voices of their perpetrators in their head or in their surroundings while they're being attacked.
Wow. Well, let me go down the list of some of these that I came up with. We've got DARPA has a sonic projector that was reported on in 2007. But of course, it had been around for quite some time before then. Army has something they call voice to skull. We got the Air Force using microwaves to create sounds at Brooks Air Force Base. We've got the Marine Corps with their Medusa project. We've got the State Department, as reported by the Washington Post in 2005, working on voices implanted in people's heads. We've got a couple of companies, one that has patented something called hypersound. That's American Technologies, has also got Holosonic Research Labs, also has a patented version. So
direct knowledge of it, hive minds, voice to skull, emotion manipulation, behavior modification technology is being used against the gang stalkers themselves and against people in the program. And it is being used to assist them in doing their job, specifically to take away their conscience, specifically to take away their empathy and their sympathy.
So next you're going to listen to is Mark Dice. Government official now admits that mind control technology is real. This is Mark Dice. Government officials now admits that mind control technology is real.
Psychological operations, PSYOPs, or as the government likes to call them now, military information support operations, are a very real part of war, and there's an entire division within the Department of Defense dedicated to them.
Psychological operations has consistently been important throughout the history of warfare.
PSYOP toolbox. A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army at the time named Michael Aquino, an admitted Satanist, by the way, and founder of the Temple of Set, an offshoot of the Church of Satan, wrote a report for the Department of Defense in 1980 titled From PSYOP to Mind War that proposed using psychotronic weapons against the general public in order to alter people's brainwaves, thus altering their mood.
So this is Mark Dice. Mark Dice, government official now admits that mind control technology is real. This is Mark Dice. Government official now admits that mind control technology is real. So if you are a real gang stalking victim, this is some of the weapons, some of the technology these shitty poopy gang stalkers are going to hit you and your family with. I'm so sorry about that.
To coincide with government propaganda that was being broadcast. Aquino wrote, quote, infrasound vibration up to 20 hertz can subliminally influence brain activity to align itself to delta, theta, alpha, or beta wave patterns, inclining an audience towards everything from alertness to passivity. Infrasound could be used tactfully as ELF waves endure for great distances, and it could be used in conjunction with media broadcasts as well.
Ted Gunderson, the former top cop of Los Angeles County, the former head of the FBI Los Angeles division, again, Ted Gunderson, said that gang stalking was real. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and gang stalking is a crime. Gang stalking victim, as a targeted individual, you're going to get hit with direct energy weapons and mind control. This man's going to talk about some of the stuff they're going to hit you and your family with. All right, I'm so sorry about that piece.
You were to, you might be hit with B2K, okay? If the software enables you to get into that system, fine. If it enables you to get into the acoustic end of it, fine. If it enables you to get into the microwaves, fine. Infrasound, kinetics, all these weapons, they're all weapons and they will kill you.
Listen to Alex Jones. Infowars.com.
Want to make everybody sick on the cell block? Here's the big one. Yeah, there it is, the sonic nausea. And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones. Infowars.com.
Alex Jones is going to talk more about the direct energy weapons that these shitty, poopy gang stalkers are going to hit you and your family with.
And, I mean, they admit they've got these. They use lower versions of them with the sound cannons, the microwave guns. That's all comes out of technology to kill people covertly. So, yes, that's on record.
Listen to Alex Jones. Infowars.com.
And it vibrates the carotid arteries that are full, generally, of all the detritus, you know, all the dead cholesterol and scale, and then that goes into your brain. And yes, they do have systems they can shoot at a heart and kill you deader than a hammer.
Listen to Alex Jones. Infowars.com.
When you're out there walking the street, compete.
Miss Talon Godfrey. Talon Godfrey, type that into Google Video. Talon Godfrey, Google Video, and you'll find me. So I've been protesting against gang stalking for almost 3 years now at the Santa Monica Pier, and I'm constantly getting hit with direct energy weapons. I think they call it less than lethal weaponry now, but I'm getting hit with something, and I don't know what it is. But I'm starting to think that some of the stuff that they're attacking me with is an EEG cloning or EEG heterodyning device attack. So the video is a Dr. Robert Duncan remote neural monitoring. Dr. Robert Duncan remote neural monitoring. I'm going to play his video now.
Gas in your eyes with tear gas, and you know their eyes will actually tear up. There will be a response, and they'll itch and they can't see. But this is all done through the brain. It's the brain's reaction to these tortures that they're applying back to them. We call it no-touch torture, and so these circuits being stimulated, you got to remember this is called offensive information warfare technology. So it's just like hacking a computer. You are trying to crash that computer. You're trying to crash that human being.
If you have some type of tri-field meter or spectrum analyzer, please can I borrow it so I know what the F I'm being hit with, what type of direct energy weapons they're hitting me with. All right, spectrum analyzer or tri-field meter. Okay, thanks.
Okay, I'm going to jump over to electronic harassment, and this is where people take electronic weapons. Let me just read the definition. Electronic harassment happens if somebody uses any electronic device to aid themselves in invading your person or your property for the purpose of gathering information illegally or for the purpose of causing harm. This is electronic harassment.
Is employed by the U.S. government and has done secret RF weapons research. He believes that tests done with ELIDA and similar machines prove that humans are susceptible to remote alterations of mood and awareness.
Certain kinds of weak electromagnetic signals work exactly like drugs. And so the promise is that anything you can do with drugs, you can do with the right electromagnetic signals.
Yes! I'm joking. Maybe.
Excellent!
Induce basically what would be considered hallucinations in people, direct them to do things against their so-called better judgment.
If you think that is weird, Google CNET News, holograms that you can touch, CNET News, holograms that you can touch, and then Google Operation Bluebeam. Google CNET News, holograms that you can touch, and then Google Operation Bluebeam. Those holograms are real, and these poopy gang stalkers will torture people with holograms. Google Operation Bluebeam and then Google CNET News, holograms that you can touch. That stuff is real. So my name is Talon Godfrey. Talon Godfrey. Type my name into Google Videos. Talon Godfrey, Google Videos. Watch my COVID-19 vaccines videos and also watch my gang stalking videos. All right, Talon Godfrey, Google Video.
I think about you all the time. It's hazy and I'm mixed up, feeling crazy over you. Let's not waste any time. Every little thing I do, every little thing I do, it's starting to get crazy. Every little thing I do,
So the COVID-19 vaccine protest will recycle in a few minutes, but I got to go over these videos that proves that gang stalking is real. The first video that proved gang stalking is real is China in Focus, electronic harassment. China in Focus, electronic harassment proves that gang stalking is real, and YouTube, CommieTube, keeps deleting this video for some strange reason. The next video that proved that gang stalking is real is called C911 Revenge for Hire, CBS News, New York. C911 Revenge for Hire, CBS News, New York, proved that the gang stalking is real. The next video is the eBay scandal 60 minutes. The eBay scandal 60 minutes. The next video that proves that gang stalking is real is FBI head Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. FBI head Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. This video is a legal document proving that gang stalking is real, and it has nothing to do with no gosh darn chosen one. It had nothing to do with no demons or fallen angels and some fairies and shit. Okay, anyway. The next video that proved that gang stalking is real is when women become gang stalkers. When women become gang stalkers. This video proves that you need to buy a master lock door security bar, because if you are a real gang stalking victim, these mother effing gang stalkers are going to break into your house. So the next video is William Shatner, is that dude from Star Trek. William Shatner, Weird or What, Season 3, Episode 10. William Shatner, Weird or What, Season 3, Episode 10. Proof that the gang stalking is real. And this video features a lawyer from UC Davis who was a gang stalking victim. The next video that proved that gang stalking is real is Bob Chandra, Organized Stalking. Bob Chandra, Organized Stalking. The next one is Mark Dice's video. Government officials now admit that mind control technology is real. Government officials now admits that mind control technology is real, by Mark Dice. The last video that proves that gang stalking is real is Monarch the New Phoenix program. Monarch the New Phoenix program. And then there's a website called targetedjustice.com. Targetedjustice.com. There's one mind control program that proved that gang stalking is real, and that is psychoelectronic weapons effects. Psychoelectronic weapons effects prove that the gang stalking is real. No demons, no chosen ones included. And please watch Futurescape with James Woods. Please watch Futurescape with James Woods talking about synthetic telepathy and how these people can read your freaking mind. Okay, peace.
Okay, so that's it. That's the time. And we got those church people way down there. Let's see if we get it. See, that's the church people way down there. And I got to be careful about being too close to the church people, because you can always hear his speakers. You can hear his speakers. And you don't want the businesses down there to complain.
There used to be a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Everybody, we got some breaking news we want to bring to you. President Biden has tested positive for COVID again. What? Oh, no.
Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla tested positive for COVID. Although receiving 4 shots of this Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine, he still got COVID.
4 separate COVID vaccine shots. Dr. Fauci got sick anyway.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?